In a small village, there lived a boy named Arjun. Arjun was full of dreams, with an unquenchable curiosity and burning desire to make something of his life. He was constantly filled with ideas about what he wanted to achieve, but his confidence was easily shaken when things didn't go as planned. His grandfather, Raghav, was a wise old man who had seen the ups and downs of life. He was known for his calm demeanor and the pearls of wisdom he often shared with Arjun. Arjun's first real encounter with failure came when he decided to take part in a science competition at school. He had worked tirelessly on his project, pouring his heart and soul into it. He was confident that he would win. But when the results were announced, Arjun's project didn't even place in the top 3. He was devastated. "I worked so hard, Grandpa," he cried to Raghav that evening. "I thought I was going to win. Why did I fail?" Raghav smiled gently, patting Arjun on the back. "Do you remember the tree in our backyard?" Raghav asked. Arjun looked confused but nodded. "Of course, I do. When we planted that tree, it didn't grow for many months. We watered it every day, but nothing seemed to happen. I thought it wouldn't survive. But then, one day, a small sprout broke through the soil. It grew slowly, but steadily, and now look at it, tall and strong," Raghav said, pointing to the tree outside. "What does that have to do with my failure?" Arjun asked, still frustrated. "Just like the tree, success doesn't always come when you expect it. Sometimes, you have to nurture your efforts, keep working hard, and wait for the right moment. Failure is just a sign that you're still growing," Raghav explained. Inspired by his grandfather's words, Arjun decided not to give up. Instead of sulking, he focused on learning from his mistakes. He reviewed his project and saw where he could have done better. He realized that failure wasn't the end, it was an opportunity to improve. Over the next few years, Arjun faced many challenges. He wanted to excel in both academics and sports, but balancing the two was harder than he had imagined. He often felt overwhelmed and questioned whether he was capable of succeeding in anything. Each time he struggled, though, his grandfather would share another story or lesson. "Life is like a river, Arjun," Raghav would say. "Sometimes, it flows smoothly, but other times, there are rocks and obstacles. The water doesn't stop, it finds way around them. You must do the same." With his grandfather's encouragement, Arjun learned to be patient and persistent. He realized that setbacks were part of the journey and that growth often came from the toughest experiences. He stopped fearing failure and started embracing it as a stepping stone to success. One year, Arjun decided to run for school president. It was a huge opportunity, but also a daunting challenge. He worked tirelessly on his campaign, but his competitors were strong, and doubts began to creep in. Arjun wasn't sure he could win, and once again, he turned to his grandfather for advice. "What if I lose, Grandpa? What if no one votes for me?" Arjun asked, his voice filled with uncertainty. Raghav looked at him with a wise smile. "Winning or losing doesn't define you, Arjun. What matters is that you try your best and learn from the experience. Even if you don't win, you'll gain something far more valuable, wisdom and strength." With his grandfather's words in mind, Arjun threw himself into the election campaign with a renewed sense of purpose. He wasn't afraid of failure anymore because he knew that no matter the outcome, he would come out stronger. On the day of the election, Arjun gave a passionate speech, sharing his vision for the school. His sincerity and determination resonated with the students, and to his surprise, he won the election. But more than the victory, it was the journey that mattered most to Arjun. He realized that every challenge he had faced, every failure and doubt, had prepared him for this moment. His grandfather's wisdom had guided him through the darkest times, teaching him that success is not measured by wins and losses, but by growth and perseverance. As Arjun sat with his grandfather that evening, he thanked him for all the lessons he had learned over the years. "I wouldn't have made it without you, Grandpa," Arjun said with gratitude in his voice. Raghav smiled softly. "Arjun, life is not about avoiding problems. It's about facing them, learning from them, and growing stronger. I may have given you advice, but it was your determination that led to your success. Remember, life will always present challenges. But with each one, you'll grow a little more, just like that tree." Years later, when Arjun had grown into a successful and wise man, he often thought back to his grandfather's words. Every time he faced a new challenge, he would remember the tree in the backyard, the river that kept flowing, and the wisdom that his grandfather had passed down to him. Through all the ups and downs, Arjun learned that success isn't about avoiding life's problems, it's about embracing them, learning from them, and continuing to grow. And that, in the end, was the greatest lesson of all.